The world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Hello everybody, I'm Lady Cheryl, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this episode, I'm going to share with you 5 crops that you can grow in your emergency garden during extremely hot temperatures. In North Texas, we can have temperatures over 107 degrees. So, I'm going to share with you what I have been growing over 30 years in extremely hot weather. Okay, let's get started. This is early Saturday morning, and I'm going to transplant the Japanese eggplant I got from Lowe's yesterday. And there's one, and there's 2, and here's the 3rd one. I'm going to put it right here, and this is where the tomatoes were. Now, if you are new to my channel, buried here are olas. They're unglazed pots that will allow the water to seep out of the clay pot buried deep in the ground, and it will water your roots. I'm just picking a few green beans over here. They're looking great. Remember, these are my 2-cent seeds. Now we're getting close to 100-degree temperatures. You see that shade cloth over there? It runs all the way across. I will cover this bed up today. So this is a part of the emergency garden. We're transitioning from growing tomatoes in here, tomato plants, to eggplant. Now, eggplant can take the heat. It grows very well in North Texas. And here's a pearl from Cheryl. There are several things that grow really well in 100-degree temperature. Those foods are eggplant, peppers, sweet potatoes, and okra. Now, there are a few more, but these are the ones that work best for me in my food forest, especially with the microclimate that I create by putting shade cloths over my beds and having structures surrounding them. For example, right here, you see this? This is the squash, green beans, trees, all type of trees surrounding these beds. So after I finished transplanting the eggplant, I put up a shade cloth to cover the bed at the top. I used steel T-posts from Home Depot and spring clips. And this is the time of the year that my food forest, where I grow the vegetables in the raised beds and containers, will start to look like the tent city, because I do whatever I have to do to shade the plants, because temps are going to get up to 107 and 108, and that's pretty hot. So I use a lot of 50% shade cloths. Okay, in this bed I planted 3 more eggplants. They're drooping because I just watered them, and I just discovered there's a tomato that fell off when I was pulling the vines probably yesterday. Okay, so I don't want to overcrowd this bed for the simple reason I'm still want to make sure that the marigolds have plenty of room to spread so that they can continue to fight any remnants of bad nematodes. And also I have cucumbers growing right there and cucumbers growing here. Let me show you this. This is unusual, because right here is just supposed to be straight 8 and Armenian cucumber, which is a real long cucumber. So I don't know if that baby had a baby right here. I don't know what that is, but oh well, we'll take it. But they are surrounded with a lot of flowers that will bring pollinators to them, so it shouldn't be any problem getting them pollinated. Okay, now check this out. These beans are doing great. See how quickly they have grown? It hasn't been a week. And they look very similar to the sweet potato slips. And like I told you, just keep them moistened every day and for a week. And then you can start watering them, since it's a container, maybe twice a week, because it has a lot of soil in the 17-gallon bucket. But all the sweet potatoes are doing good. Just wanted to bring you up on date on that. I'm gonna go around the corner and let you see the sweet potatoes in the other 2 containers. So here are the sweet potatoes that are growing in the side yard. And look at them, bam. My trellis, I'm training them to go up because I still want to be able to walk through here to check on all of the tropical citrus trees and plants that are growing in this area. So every day I come out and I try to pick up let me set these beans down. I try to pick up a stem. This vine right here, if I can position this vine this way, I will start threading it. And I'm trying to do this with one hand. I will start thread. I'm gonna leave it alone because it's real delicate right there. I will thread it and start letting it grow up. And if you look real close, you can see the summery savory I'm growing by seeds. This is an excellent companion plant, a very aromatic herb that you can use in your dishes. So I'm gonna go closer so you can see the little bitty seeds. Yeah, more will be coming up. Some right here, and a lot right here. Maybe because it's in the sun here, I don't know. Okay, so that's the update on the sweet potato plants. Now, as the leaves and vines on this plant grow bigger and bigger, I'm not gonna be able to contain them all in this trellis. It's just the start, okay? And by the way, if you haven't had any sweet potato leaves, try them. They are delicious. Taste similar to spinach. I stir fry them with onion and garlic, and they taste delicious. A cross between spinach and sweet potatoes. Okra that's growing in the emergency garden. Check it out. Looking good. Getting ready to bloom right there. Where is my finger? Right there. And look at this. Our first okra pods. I will harvest this one this afternoon. And then as you go over here, you can see one right here. It's ready to harvest now. Still tender, broke off a little bit. Guys, it's a little crunchy, but not bad. Did you know that if you let the okra pods get too big, and if they're hard, you can take that okra, and here's some more growing right here, and you can take the okra and boil it with water, and it's very good if you are pre-diabetic or if you have diabetes. So I'm predisposed to that, and but I keep my numbers down where I don't have to take medication, but I eat a lot of okra and I drink a lot of okra water. In fact, I'm just gonna go ahead on and take this one. And that's how you're supposed to snap it off. I'm gonna take that one so I can have to companion with this one. And I'm gonna drink me some okra water tea this morning. Okay, see there? Look how much greener the cucumbers are after we got like a week without any rain, or not a lot of rain. So, I mean, they were looking really bad and real light green if you look at my other video. And this cucumber was stressing out. I'm gonna go ahead and take it off and have it for lunch. See all the stress cracks from too much water. But that's okay, it'll still eat well. And I'll just scrub it, and I don't use chemicals. And I'll just scrub it and I'll slice it up with the skin on it, or some of the skin, because that's good fiber. Okay, all right. Okra, sweet potatoes, eggplants, and peppers will take 107, 108 degree temperatures that we get in North Texas. Do not forget the squash. They can handle the temps as long as you give them a little shade. You see the sun is coming up, it's coming through here, and the squash is doing well in the greenhouse. And I have those remote thermometers out here, and here's the peppers. And when it starts getting like 105 inside this greenhouse, I'll take the bottom off, that plastic off, and let it get a little bit more ventilation. Beans seeds that I bought years and years ago, I had them in the freezer. They will start dying back when it gets past 105 or so. I will continue to shade them and let them grow as long as they can. But I'm also blessed that I'm able to grow a second crop of beans in the fall of the year. Now, let me show you how I'm going to grow more okra. 17-gallon buckets like I have right here with the sweet potatoes growing in them. I'm going to plant 3 large buckets of okra. I'll start off with 2 to make sure I have enough soil. Potting mix is what I use, and I'm going to put wood chips in the bottom. You can see here I shoveled up wood chips in this container. I've drilled holes. Let's hold it up to the sun so you can see the holes. And I make those holes an inch from the bottom of the container because this is growing in the drought weather. And I put 5 holes on each side of these 2 containers. And I have 1 more right here that I'll use if I need to. And that's just banana peels down there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shovel wood chips, and I'm going to shovel a lot of wood chips because the okra is only going to take up about 8 or 9 inches, maybe 12, and this is a very large container. So I'm going to put half of the wood chips in this container here, into here, this bucket, and this bucket. Then I'm going to get my old potting mix that I'm reclaiming from the radish, mustard greens, and kale and lettuce that I grew and gave away. And then on top of it, I'll put new potting mix. I said I wasn't going to buy any more, but you guys know I did because I'm always trying to grow. And I knew you was going to buy some more potting mix. As soon as you said you wasn't going to buy no more, I knew you was going to buy it. Wait until the weather cooled down, the sun is going down. It's a little late in the afternoon, but I couldn't handle the heat. And yeah, so I'll just show you 2 buckets, but I will do 3, okay? I'll be back when I get the wood chips and the potting mix. See here, I put the wood chips up to this first line inside of this container, and even below that line still gives me a foot of growing space. That's plenty for the okra. I could put about 8 okra seedlings in each one of these pots, and it'll grow comfortably in a circle. A couple of them in the middle. Okay, so now I'm going to start adding old potting mix. In these 2 containers, I added some perlite. I also added some worm castings. And last but not least, I add azomite rock dust. Azomite rock dust is a natural ingredient that you can use in your soil as an amendment because it has over 92 trace minerals, potash, calcium, magnesium, chloride, chlorine, a whole lot of good stuff. It's all natural. And guys, you know worm castings is just the poop from worms, and it has a lot of good fertilizing properties, and perlite is for drainage. So now I'm just going to mix this up just lightly, so as the roots start getting longer, and when they get to this portion of the container is when they're going to really need some more nutrients. They'll have this extra goodness right here. Okay, I'm going to mix both of them up. Then I'm going to take, and I got Miracle Grow this time. I'm going to take this potting mix and put it on top, and I'll come back. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, you don't know, and I'm going to tell you now. Before I transplant any seedling, before I put any seed in the soil, I wet the surface down first. So here are the plants, Bonnie plants. This is an heirloom Clemson spineless okra. I have 3 of them. Here's one over here that I'm going to plant in that planter over there tomorrow morning. I'm going to do these 2 today for the sake of the video. But as I was saying, if you're new to my channel, I pre-wet everything down, and I also make sure that I run the water. When you're watering in extreme heat like I'm doing today, I think it was 96, about right now it's still 96, and that's too hot to put on here. So I ran the water to get all of the water out of the hose that has been solar heated all day. Water this down real good. Keep in mind those wood chips at the bottom are going to be decomposing the whole time that I'm growing the okra. And I'll have this video as documentation in my gardening journal to let me know that there are wood chips down there at the bottom. So the soil line is going to keep shrinking as the wood chips keep decomposing. And while I'm watering this, let me show you this with one hand. You see that little container? Those will give them to you free. So I got 20 of them today. So in January, when I start my spring garden starts in the house, in the grow room, I'll have plenty of those to put them in, put the little cups in. And the reason why Lowe's give them to you, they don't care if you take them. You can ask for them, you can just put them in your buggy, and then when you get to the counter, you can say, you can give me these free. And the lady says, yes, no problem. And that is because Lowe's buy all of their plants from Bonnie's. Home Depot takes them in on commission, and Bonnie's comes back to Home Depot and pick up the plants that don't sell because of whatever reason, because of neglect, too much water, not enough water, too much heat, whatever the situation is. They pick them up. So they don't really give you the containers back. But if you can get there when you see Bonnie's is bringing plants in or taking plants out, you can ask them and they'll give you some. And I'm going to wash all of those down. I'll rinse them out really good while I'm watering my trees that are in the ground. Then I'll dip them in a bucket with, a very small amount of bleach and dish soap, and another bucket that's clear, and rinse them and let them dry. And then I'll take them into my grow room and stack them up. Like I said, I have a lot of them already, but I picked up over 20 yesterday. Okay, so now I'm going to go on over here and water this one, and I'll come back, and you don't need to watch me do that, and I'll show you how I put the seedlings in, just in case we got somebody new watching. So I took the okra out of the container. I'm just going to gently, and you got to be careful because okra is not one of those plants that like to be transplanted. It's best to sow seeds. So I'm just gently shaking that. I'm not just shaking it like I'm crazy. Just a little bit, because it's like I said, it's finicky, and you know me, I just decided to do this at the last minute. I usually grow everything by seeds, everything that I can, except trees, so I'm shaking that loose, and you can see I broke one here. That's okay. You just put it in the compost. Broke one there, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm not going to put anything in the middle. I'm just going to put 6 of them around in this circle. I'm going to take this and put that in the center, and I'm going to put these, try to put them a good distance apart. I don't know if you can see that. Sometimes I'm looking at what I'm doing, I forget to look at what you guys are seeing. So let's go out, and you can see that now. So that's pretty good. So I'm just going to dig a hole with my finger and put them in. So right here, I'm going to try to keep my eye on the camera, but see, that's why I like to put them in when the soil is wet, because I can make a hole deep enough real easy, close it up, and then squeeze down, pat down. So I can dig another hole here, drop it in, cover it up, pat down. That's it, guys. I don't need to make this video any longer than necessary. The only problem I have is I don't have any more mulch because it's an emergency garden. I used all my leaf mulch. So what I'm going to do is put some straw. I have some straw in the grow room that I was saving for my strawberries next year, but I'll just mulch it with straw. And then after I get all of the plants, the little seedlings in the 3 pots, whatever I have left, because this one right here looks like it has more seeds, but you don't know what's going to happen until you try to separate them. So right now I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I might lose 3. Okay? And then this one, I saved it for last because it has the most seedlings in it. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Look like 12. But I may lose 3 or 4. But whatever I have, after I plant 6 here, 6 here, and 6 here, then I'll evenly distribute what's left and put it in the center. And then I could just walk around in a circle or turn the container around, you know, just scoot it around and harvest on all 3 sides. Okay? All right. Now, let me show you something else. I was able to separate these, and I was able to get 8. So I put 6 around in a circle in a diameter and 1 in the middle, and I put 1 in the middle over there. So I'm really pleased. Yeah. Okay. The good thing about me just now planting these okra seedlings today is the fact that the plants that have been growing for a while, I will be able to harvest and distribute those first, and then this will come about a month or so later. And that way I won't be so overwhelmed with so much work to do, you know, by myself all at the same time. I love to succession plant. This concludes this video. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to watch it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and tell your friends about my channel. God loves you and I love you too. Thank you for watching. Bye now.
The end.